Hello everyone, Jason Warren for DT Met, and today we're going to be taking a look at the major winter storm that's forecast to move up the eastern seaboard and impact portions of the northeast as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. Radar and surface map this morning show that we already have our low pressure system developing off of Cape Hatteras, which was expected by this time, and it's moving toward the northeast. Off to the west we have upper level low pressure moving through the Great Lakes, and this is moving toward the east-southeast. This system will spread some rather robust snow squalls through portions of the lower Great Lakes and Ohio Valley this afternoon, and this energy is expected to move toward the coast and will help to energize the surface low that's offshore as it moves northeastward. On the models, we have our upper level low near the southern tip of Lake Michigan and our surface low developing off Cape Hatteras. We also have a trough extending northward into portions of southern New England, which is currently producing some rain and snow. This afternoon, the upper trough will dive southeastward while the surface low develops and intensifies offshore. Heavy snow will break out across portions of southern and central New England as we head into tonight, with snow showers and squalls continuing across portions of the lower Great Lakes and into the upper Ohio Valley. Through much of tonight, though the surface low will be intensifying, it will remain well offshore, so many of these areas near the coast, including the Boston area down to New York City, all rain is expected, and it could be locally heavy. As we head through Tuesday morning, the system will move northward and then turn northwestward to a position just off the coast of Cape Cod. And this is when some colder air will begin to be drawn into it, and this will change the rain over to heavy snow just north and west of Boston and possibly into the city of Boston as we head into early Tuesday afternoon. Elsewhere, rain is expected to continue across Cape Cod and the coast of southern New England, with rain or a rain-snow mix across New York City and much of Long Island. Tuesday afternoon, the system is actually forecast to make a loop back across portions of eastern New England, and this loop that the models are forecasting is critical for precipitation type across portions of eastern and southern New England. This loop is advertised on several of the models, including the GFS and the NAM, as well as the HRRR model, which is shown here. This loop would result in warmer air being brought westward back over eastern New England, with snow changing back over to rain in areas like Boston down to Providence. As we head through Wednesday morning, the system is expected to gradually move off to the east, taking any of the warmer air with it, with any lingering rain over eastern Massachusetts changing over to snow before it ends as the system moves off to the east. Here's our current snowfall forecast, and this remains a very difficult forecast for areas from New York City up to Boston. Right now we have 4 to 8 inches in the forecast for the Boston area and up to 1 inch for New York City. But these amounts could change significantly depending on the eventual path and evolution of the storm. Across the higher terrain of southern New England, we're much more confident that there'll be a widespread area of 1 to 2 feet of snow, especially across the Catskills and Berkshires. Heavy rain could cause flooding in the New York City area as well as across Long Island and across much of southern New England, including Cape Cod and the islands. In addition, there will be very strong winds occurring with this storm, especially near the coast, and this will cause widespread coastal flooding. Here is our current summary for this system. Very heavy snowfall is expected across the higher terrain of southern New England and southeastern New York, where widespread 1 to 2 feet of snow are expected. Snowfall amounts in New York City and Boston could be significantly higher or lower than currently forecast, depending on the track and evolution of the storm. Heavy rainfall could cause flooding near the coast. Strong winds out of the east and northeast could gust over 50 miles per hour at times and produce coastal flooding. We're going to continue to closely monitor this system, and we'll post additional updates as new information becomes available, so be sure to stay tuned.